Hey guys, welcome back to Lake Nomad. I'm William Walker. I went home this last weekend, and while I was there, my dad and I were obviously talking about fishing, and he told me that this year he fully expected to be set on baits without buying his own. Hint, hint, I guess I'm making his lures for the year, this whole year. So I guess I'm sponsoring my dad. No, he goes to a farm pond and he outcatches me most of the time. So it's really cool that he wants to use my lures, but I know he is kind of picky. But the good thing is I do know his preferences. He's a big junebug, watermelon, pumpkin, just the basics, but sometimes the basics work. But I am gonna add my own little twist to some of the stuff that he's getting. Alright guys, I've got my watermelon with some black flake in here. I put a little bit of gump in here because it's me and I have to throw a little extra sparkle in there. I think I am going to make it a little darker because it is still just very see-through. But right now what I'm using, before I darken it up too much, is I'm going to be doing some Essential Series molds. And the thing about them is, just because the finish isn't as smooth, they always tend to look a little darker than their CNC counterparts. So I am going to put some more black flake in this too. I think that there is not enough of that. Okay. Okay. And a little bit of small. You know what? This is going to be watermelon seed because I looked at red flake. It was sitting there, and you know, that's what happens. There's a lot of that in there. All right. I'm going to add a touch of watermelon. All right, here's our other side. Well, other side. I'm not laminating. I do not have that capability yet. Like a junebug blue with some of that tsunami flake and then some green. I really like the way that's looking. The only thing that I really do want to do to it is I want to add a little bit more of that green flake. There's not quite enough of it. I don't know why, but I always tend to go kind of heavy on flake. It's a thing that I do. It's like a grown man making an excuse to play with glitter. Whoa, one more drop of junebug. It's really close, but it's looking even more see-through than I want it to be. Okay, there's a couple drops of junebug. I still want to leave it fairly translucent. I just want to be able to see the tail still too. I gotta keep in mind every time I do this too that these molds are Essential Series. So let's go for it. First run. Hopefully this tiny injector can do it.
Will not have enough. The last one with this, so we're gonna set this down. Get rid of the guy. Go from the bottom in case that flake sank. We'll hit this guy up. Put some pressure. She screw should be topped off, but I guess it doesn't hurt to practice. Alright, time for our watermelon red side here. That's what I have going. Gonna stir that up. Go for it. I got a few molds lined up here. Burp this thing. Okay. This is my epic leech. And this little guy right here, oh, I can't even do it, doesn't work there. Okay. Grub. I do want to get that one though. That is a really cool like swimming worm. I'll do it separately. I really didn't want to do that because I really don't have that many. Okay, we're good. That many plants. I need to get some more. Ah! It always feels fun when you're slapping it, and then when you freaking try to grab this thing, about burn your fingers off. Ah. Alright. Okay. Let's steal this big boy here. That feels ridiculous. So that flake is suspended. Okay. Probably drew way too much. There we go. Takes almost no plastic. And it is a single. Ooh! But I burped it. Okay, while I'm at it, I'm gonna go ahead and pour this little, I believe it's a 4-inch stick bait I got from Fusion X. Actually, I get that whole sprue on this guy. It's not super deep. Okay, there we go. Set that over here. That was one that I bought that I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, and I really do. Okay, let's open up. Alright, there we go. My trick worms. Looks good. No problems there. Sweet. Hang those up in a sec. And then I shot the worms. This angle's so weird. And there you go. Just your typical ribbon tail, 7 inches. Alright guys, so I'm making round 2. Now, the boss hog did not turn out. Okay, I try my best not to cuss, okay? I'm a school teacher and I am a God-fearing man. But that boss hog mold sometimes, ugh, it gets me going. There we go. Do that. Okay, the ribbon tail. That felt like that was the boss hog right there. I'm gonna be safe. That last one's gonna be the worm. I think there's a lot of plastic. I mean, I'm working with pretty small injectors here. There we go. And that was the worms. I'm so happy that I decided to do that. The screws going bye-bye. Alright, sorry guys, my wife called. I hope I recorded that whole last process. There is the 4-inch stick bait right there. This is the little swim worm. Epic leech. I didn't even realize I threw a, oh yeah, I did. Threw a craw in there. And my grubs, I do see the bottom two did not fill. That's been a problem with this mold. I don't know why. I've called about it and I've tried changing the positions. I wonder if maybe if I just heat the mold up a little bit more, it'll work better this next time. Okay, here's my second round. The worms always come out perfect. I love this mold. I'm going to use that for the watermelon here in a sec. Here are the curly tails. Just a tiny bit of the second color, not just a junebug going on there. Sorry, I don't know why I talked while I walked away from the camera. I am going to make these in watermelon as well, so I need to make sure I do these two. What's this? Okay, well that's okay. Then, see if the boss hog filled this time. It did, so yeah, it was me. I wonder if I didn't burp the injector that time. That does happen. Thing is, I feel like I do it a lot. It's always on the boss hog. Shouldn't, whatever. There's that guy. So now we're gonna run all this in the watermelon. I think that might have been my clamp. I heard somewhere recently to put a clamp low and then one in the middle. It worked last time because at the very beginning I was not doing that, and that's when I got that boss hog all messed up. So let's give it a shot. Okay. Well, again, I gotta remember that you can only do this one with the little clamps. I can't do it at the same time, unfortunately. Okay, on this one low. I think it was Jason from Epic Bait Molds that I heard say something like that. Alright guys, I'm gonna have to do some picking and choosing here. I definitely do not have enough of this junebug left over to do a ton with, so I'm gonna have to really be picky. Alright guys, we're gonna do whatever round this is. Or the watermelon. Okay. Just gotta really think about what I want to use it for, because I'm at that point. I'm running out of plastic a little bit. So I am going to do the brush hog for him. And then, okay. Gotta get the worms for sure. Shaky heads last year were just killed for us. Okay, is that? I may just have enough in there for the worms, but not without the sprue. Gonna have to call it on that. Okay. So I decided, while I'm letting that, I'm trying to working this in, letting it get the nails kind of melted back down. I'll take these out. There's our crawl. Good old shaky head worm, trick worms. I always call them shaky head worms. I don't know. I love shaky heads. Got so many bass on them last year. Those ones actually too, the same exact mold here. There's my boss hog, and that, yep, it was me. Thank you, Jason. Thank you for showing me how to actually shoot well correctly. All right. We're gonna go for the junebug. It warmed up first. I have to do the epic leech for sure. Yeah, man, that's pretty much what I want. Trying to think of what else I need to do. So I want him to try the leech out. So at this stage, you got to think about the size of your molds and what do you have plastic for? I mean, that was one that I had to get to, so at least I got that out of it. I'm going to pour in what? Okay. I'll pour this guy. To the top. My dad would be so disappointed right now. I don't like you'd ever watch this, but I definitely did not even think about running a 5-inch stick bait, which is just genius, you know. Whoever throws that stuff. Alright. So I have to get that one first. That's just a priority. And that one is this one. Perfect. Let's stir that back up while the flake settled. Okay, that's good. It might be all we have. Oh, what's it on? Got a plastic for it here. Alright. That was. Now for some hand pours. Alright, into hand pours. I'm gonna do some moose ridge stuff. Well, let me get you guys down here a little further. Perfect, right in my way. There we go. Get this flake suspended. Ooh, it's almost time for a reheat. It's the only thing about when you're doing hand pours. Sometimes when you're down to this level of it, like of what's left in your plastic, it's really hard to keep it hot because there's such a small volume of it left. I really hope my head's not in your way. There you go, faster. Thought I recorded that. I got some good pours and stuff. Alright. Now for the watermelon red. Get this flake suspended. It will not stay there for very long, I'm sure. Yeah, it's been just fine. Okay, I thought I had it a little too hot for it to spin correctly. Right on with the temperature. I love this mold. I just got it like last week. I just love the way it looks. Oh, let's get that off there. And here we're gonna do hopefully 2 of these. I'm not sure if I have enough plastic left for it. My little battery came on right when I was pouring that other Moose Ridge mold that I just adore. I don't know if it's on there or not. I guess you guys know, I don't yet. Oh yeah. I don't want to screw it up. Alright, cool. Don't know if I have enough of this. I like to pour faster. I like to pour slow. I'm a... guys. Nope. Oh.
Alright, so I did get that last worm. I went ahead and reheated it and actually poured at a, you know, an actual human pace instead of being a sloth. There are the stick baits. Good looking stuff. These are just the air vents. I gotta pull off those tabs. Alright, I also did have the Epic Leech. That's a good looking mold. Trying to get you guys to see, I added some of that tsunami flake to it from Alpha Pigments, and that just sets it off for me. Dad likes it a little more blue and junebug too, so that's why I've been doing that the whole time. Okay, here's that twister tail worm that I was telling you guys about. Looks good. Really like that mold. I actually throw it on a Ned sometimes. And the little 4-inch stick bait here. There was a dent right there in that one. I poured it a little hot. Well, finished it all up. Now I'm sitting in my father-in-law's boat that he stores in my garage now, which is great for me. I had a kayak before, so this is definitely an upgrade that I'm gonna be stealing from time to time. And we're gonna go ahead and look at the baits here. This is what I came up with. Ugh. Oh, let me just stop grunting every time I stand up. Part of it is I definitely hurt myself the other day. My back is not feeling great. Okay. Got the leech there, a couple of those for him. There's all the trick worms, and there's the Moose Ridge mold that I have yet to throw that I just poured. I love those. I cannot wait to throw those things. Ribbon tails, the boss hog, the little tailed worm, the braided worm for Moose Ridge molds, and that's all the junebug side there, that blue junebug. And then we have our watermelon red, the boss hog, trick worm, the craw, really soft plastic. Sorry, I had to adjust. You can definitely tell, like, little, not quite as shiny as the CNC stuff that we have over here, but I still love this Central Series stuff. Stick baits. There's that Moose Ridge mold there. My dad is actually very excited about that one when I showed it to him. He cannot wait to throw that. There's the other leech, the 2 curly-tailed, the grub that turned out. But yeah, hopefully that'll keep him busy for a little bit. Thanks for watching. If you would push the like button, that'd be great. If you want to leave a comment, go right ahead. I'll respond. But hope you guys have a good week, and hopefully the weather holds out so you guys can go fishing. I know I'm not going to be able to here. Anyway, later, guys.